unforgettable. But maybe your bathroom's fine the way it is, and paying more for less? Well, maybe that works too. Or maybe it's time to love your space again.
Today in this old house, we're going to take this chimney down the opposite way of the mountain, one brick at a time. And we'll hear the plan to restore the original Victorian character to our home.
And we'll learn how and why these historic gas lanterns are still in use here in Glen Ridge.
And welcome back to this old house. Hey, Kaylin. And we're starting a new project here in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. This is a quaint little commuter town just across the river from New York City. And this is our subject house, a Victorian built back in 1887. And it still has some of the nice Victorian details, but most have been lost over the years. And so part of the program is to bring them back. And so that means some changes to our front porch. We're going to hear how to go there, as well as changes to the siding. This is not original, and it's also asbestos, so it needs to be taken care of. But for now, most of the work has started inside. Our homeowners, Sunita and Shankar, have lived here for 27 years. Hey, Luke. This is where they raised their family, but they decided it is time to downsize. But they're not moving out, they're moving up, because they're going to share their house with their daughter and her husband. So 2 generations of living, lots of reconfiguration, and upstairs, lots of demolition. The daughter, Asha, and her husband, Jason, are going to live here primarily on the 2nd floor. They'll have a primary suite back there. So that bump out will be enlarged to make room for a bedroom and a bathroom. We're also going to pick up some extra space here by taking this chimney all the way down to the ground. So that means we'll have room for 2 more bedrooms and a shared bath up here so their family can grow. And then back here in this corner, shared laundry room. Because remember, 2 families living here. So mom and dad will be upstairs. The staircase to the 3rd floor, no longer to code, so that means a new one is going to drop somewhere right about there. Wow, demo is even further along up here. This place is packed for the studs. Hey, Zach, how are you?
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
Going all right, Tommy. So your crew has really made some progress with the demo.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job in only a week. And check out these bottles they found in the walls.
Oh, look at that. Wine, huh? We got a Bordeaux and another Bordeaux.
Look at the date on that. That's the year that house was built.
1887, right there on the label.
Figure the builder might have been celebrating the completion of the framing, right?
Yeah, homeowners are just like to have these.
Absolutely.
All right, so chimney work for you guys?
Yeah, we got a little chimney work to do here.
I gotta excuse myself because I got architect work to do.
All right, you enjoy those.
Don't break those
See you
bottles,
later.
honey.
So let me ask you a question over here, Tommy.
Okay.
So we started taking down the chimney, and as I was doing that, I was noticing these rafters behind us here, and how small they are, and how long the span is. And I was a little concerned about what was holding this house up. So we stopped taking down the chimney, and I want to get your opinion on that.
Well, like I always say, when in doubt, stop.
Right.
Smart move.
Not that part right.
Well, if I look up at the ridge of the existing house right here, I can see that the ridge beam is in pieces. I can see that the end of it is just caught or just into the chimney ever so slightly.
Right.
So I don't see that as a structural ridge. It's basically to hold the roof together at the peak.
Right.
But where we are standing are the floorboards that run this way. Underneath the floorboards are the floor joists that run continuously from that side of the lower section of the roof all the way over to the other side of the house. One strong, long floor joist. A lot of strength in tension holding that. Okay, so now let's think about the roof system. It's basically a triangle. Okay, so we have our floor system, that's one piece, our rafters on each side that go up, and a steep pitch. See, I can do that. Look at that.
Right.
Here's our triangle. Because the lower chord of that triangle is one piece, that basically the amount of force or tension that can hold is tremendous. So the continuous joists that run across here sit on top of a beam, sitting on top of full dimensional 2x4s in your wall system. They put a plate on top of that, and they nailed the rafters into it. So all of this roof system is locked in place by these floor joists that are also known as rafter ties. So when you push down on the roof, it wants to go out, but it can't.
Can't go out.
Right? So technically, that chimney can come down because you don't have a bearing load of the chimney on the ridge.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah. Now you just got to think about what you want to do about stiffening up this roof system if you want to stiffen it up. And you got to think about your insulation.
Right.
All right. But yeah, I think it's good to go. The chimney can come down.
All right, let's get to work.
Okay.
All right, got some buckets up here. I think we should just take it down brick by brick.
Sounds good to me. Okay, we've got the chimney down to the same height as the staging. We've covered that with plywood, and we've also jacked up the roof, taken the load off of it, and reinforced it off of the top of the chimney. That's so we can cut the headers off, and then basically reframe the roof.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay. That looks good, clean. Now we've cut a gusset for a piece of plywood right here. We'll screw that up. That way we can attach our new ridge to that. All right, one for the other side. This is like a gusset up here. It ties these two rafters together and covers the ridge, but it gives us a nice surface to mount our new ridge to right across here.
All right, put one screw into the old ridge.
Been working in here all day today. I got this one linseed oiled. The green canvas one, I just linseed the oil in this thing. I just put some more primer on this canoe. It's another canvas canoe that we're working on. Yep. It's gonna go green too. They're all gonna be green. I put some gas in there to clean that brush out. But yeah. That's cherry rails, the dark wood. That will get darker in time. And then when we flip it over tomorrow, we'll put another coat of green on there. We'll roll it on some green. This one here, this is a little different story. I want to stretch. I'm going to try something different. I did it years ago. I'm going to stretch some of this bare material. Be careful not to get paint on it. I'm going to stretch some of this bare material. It's just fabric, just like, say this is canvas, just like this white right here. I'm going to just stretch this over the hull and leave it. and see what it looks like. I did it years ago and it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna stretch that right over this wooden canoe. Tomorrow. That's gonna look really nice. I stretch this. It'll kind of look like it's painted, like it's hand painted. It'll have bears all over it. I think that's gonna look really cool. We're gonna try it tomorrow, see what happens. Here's a couple that are already built over here in the corner. These already been built. Some have seats, some don't have any seats. This is a canvas canoe. Another canvas canoe. Like I was saying, how dark that cherry will get. Really, really dark. This is a canoe coffee table. Canoe coffee table right there. There are canoe lights up there I have all built. That's the side profile. And that's the actual inside of the canoe. I put those 6-inch LED lights in there, build them right into that deck. It's kind of cool. This is a big form I'm working on right here. Yeah, you get backed up in here in the winter time because it's cold out. You know, you gotta deal. You gotta deal with that. Lovely snow that we have. I don't know. It's New England, man. Made a couple paddles before. Today I made these paddles. I tried to get on here this morning with this live feed, but it wouldn't work. 2 cherry paddles. Set them right in the canoe just like that. One this way. The other one will go this way. They sit right on the seats. Up in here there's a little seat. And there's, you got your center thwart. And you got another seat up on this end. So the paddle sits on the seat and the other one flips around like that. Like that in the canoe. Put that linseed oil right to it. Really makes that cherry pop. Some people ask me, they go, why do you put linseed oil on your wood? Because I like it. I don't like the shiny, when you put different finishes on stuff out of wood, you see the dust on it. If you're gonna put it up on a shelf in your house or above the mantle, it just gets covered with dust. If you put linseed oil on it, it still gets covered with dust. But you can't see the dust as much as you can if the thing's shiny. That's why I like to put linseed oil. And then after a year or so, you just take the Canoe outside in your workshop and you take a little rag and you put another coat of linseed oil on it. And it makes the whole Canoe look like it's brand new again inside. I like it. I use it all the time. That'll dull down. Yeah, mini paddles. Yeah, they're only about, I don't know, I think they're like 12 inches long. You go in that mini canoe over there. Not very long. These paddles, oh, they're longer than I thought. They're 14 inches. 14. Two and a quarter inches wide. And they're thin. They might be a little bit big for a quarter scale model. These canoes are about a quarter scale model. Pretty close to a quarter scale. I'm not saying it's exact because it's not, but it's pretty close to being a actual quarter scale model of a real canoe. Pretty close. Yep. Pretty close. Guys, I'll be on here tomorrow at the same time. I'll probably be on here at 3:30 tomorrow. Maybe if you tune in, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you. So it's Saturday tomorrow. Maybe I won't be on here. It might be. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Be safe.